Wow. Chat, you will not believe what just happened. Overloaders. This is maybe the Griffin show, given I tried to hit go live on the streaming app that we use, no free ads, and it didn't work. It gave me an error. But the guy who got this show on the road is Griffin, who was able to hit go live just fine. And quite a stunning turn of events there, Griff. Like, are you happy to have control of the show now?
The strength of the Matty F. Brown show is found in its disbursement of responsibility. Maddie, what episode of Andor are you on?
Oof. I haven't made any Andor progress. That being said, I do have an 8-hour flight in about 8 hours, so maybe I can check that out after.
Yeah, you should do that. You'll enjoy it because you've been enjoying it. You've been enjoying it. Season 2, man, is something else. I tell you.
Okay.
The journey you're about to go on, not just physically through the air across the pond, but also metaphorically, ontologically, philosophically, spiritually, perhaps. Not to speak for you. As you watch Andor Season 2, it will invigorate you.
Maybe. Apparently my mic's louder than yours.
Yeah, that's a new one. Maybe I just need to project my voice more.
Right, I often have issues with that, and potentially I'm shouting at 1 a.m. It's been a while also, Griff, since we actually did it at this time, for me.
Anyway, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem.
Big fan of the Matty F. Brown show.
Yup. Returning guest.
Chat, let me know if I need to turn my fan off.
Yeah, and volume-wise, if you're unhappy, now's your time to let us know. Also, good to have some questions.
Also, I'll be back on my headset next episode because I can't be where the headset works. I'm on a different side, so
the headset lovers will be really happy after that news. They're out there.
Anyway.
I'm a little loud. Well, you're a little rude, aren't you? Hold on. How does that go, Ben? We just moved it down 10. Sharing some of the back-end details. Right. Well, Griff, are you going to tell me to do the thing?
Yeah, hit it, Eddie.
Boom. Welcome to the Seattle Overload podcast, where Griff and I are back to recap, review the tape from the Seahawks' impressive win at the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 2 of the 2025 NFL season. We've got a key topic that we're going to focus on, although it's actually quite a broad topic, and it is Mike Macdonald's defense. They made some really good plays, but before that, we'll share our overarching observations from the tape, the vibes out of the All-22. And then finally, we'll finish with a preview of the Seahawks Week 3 matchup at home to the New Orleans Saints, where the Seahawks are looking to return to a winning record, and they're massive favourites. It would be shocking if they do not win that game. Or would it? Find out what Griff and I think of that game a bit later on. But first, Griff, we watched that tape again. And so we said beforehand, I think in our post-game show, that the tape may be the inverse of last week, and it might actually be worse than the game kind of looked. Was that the case, or are you actually just fully on the Seahawks being a playoff team, a Super Bowl winner?
The tape generally confirmed the feeling of that this was the Seahawks were the way better team.
Agreed.
This wasn't, a pouncing where you won by 20 plus points. The score gap was what it was. We have to remember the faux pas with the end zone interception, which was kind of fluky, tipped pass, and then the other obviously special teams. But it was a strong road victory. We got to see what the offense is supposed to be in theory. So theory met practice, which was great. And the defense just totally whooped Aaron Rodgers. So, and really on all three downs, there wasn't some like, third down performance carrying the sample or the inverse first down. It was they had a solid game plan all the way through. It was just a solid, like, strong victory.
I agree. The defense in particular, like it made sense because we saw Aaron Rodgers, basically moving the ball via play extension and Jalen Warren breaking a number of tackles, and then the offense kind of gave the Steelers the ball into like nicer spots in terms of field position, right? But like the defense was pretty damn dominant. Like we said, Macdonald owns Rodgers, and he kind of did this game too. I see comments on me being loud, so I'm going to try and change that, although my laptop's freezing. I think I moved it down slightly again. Please, thank you for the input, chat. I appreciate that. Now, Griff, on the flip side, offensively, I think it was about the same as what we saw. Like, Sam Darnold, super impressive on enough of those third and long situations. Mm-hmm. Certainly some concerning aspects, I think, still, but ultimately like a massive improvement on week one. And I don't know if the offense is as good as it was or as bad as it was. There's still a lot of sort of unknowns about this offense, but it'll be exciting finding out some of those and those materializing, such as like, Arroyo, Torrey Horton actually, getting some plays for themselves. Yeah, I mean, do we want to talk about the offense a bit more, or do you want to get to the defensive tape?
We could spend a few minutes on it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's like yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. What do you think?
Well, there's a couple of cool. What was interesting as well, like Darnold was very accurate in the moments where it mattered, and then he was kind of inaccurate in some other moments, which, and they ultimately didn't matter. But I'm like wondering, why was he? He wasn't necessarily under pressure more. Like he stood in the pocket well on those big third downs. Yeah, like interested about Darnold. There was like two Kubiak wrinkles that we could probably get the tape up for that I really liked and that I was excited about and was like, hey, this is a very cool way of dressing up your offense. And when they hired Kubiak, we were excited because his versatility in terms of how he dresses different things up or the same thing up, right, in different ways, that was a big standout. So the first play, let me try and share my screen here. And I don't know, what do you think of Darnold?
Well, really quick, I want to say your video's choppy on my end. Audience, is it choppy for you? Is Maddie choppy? Am I choppy?
Is my audio not choppy? If my audio is not choppy,
your audio's fine. Okay, now you're smoothing out for me. All right, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think my laptop might just be cooked. Like, it's not going very well. But
we're good.
As long as we can see the tape.
Yes, that's all that matters.
It's funny how our production quality is just slowly regressing.
So I think that Darnold he played really well, and that we saw some things on tape that honestly he didn't do in Minnesota. Now he did lots of great things in Minnesota. We didn't necessarily see all those things in this game. We see a full spectrum of playing more than the game. But he did some things in this game, maybe one or two things that he literally did not do, I don't think, one time in Minnesota. One example of such being, I posted it. So he ripped a lot of. Oh, now I'm screwed up. Man,
I don't know what happened to your audio, bro. You sound underwater. This is shambolic.
Oh dear.
Now you sound fine.
Okay, check.
Do you know what, chat? I actually don't think this is our fault. I think this is the fault of the company that we use to host this stuff because it's been weird today.
Okay, so I'm gonna proceed as though we're fine.
Yeah, you sound brilliant now. I don't know what the hell that was.
Okay, so he threw a backside dig, is what I'm getting at.
And oh my gosh, what?
For as many dig routes as he threw in Minnesota, almost all of them were like one or two read stuff and or the front side, of the play.
Mm-hmm.
He rarely progressed scan backside. And not only did he throw a backside dig, he did it when the pocket was okay. Now my dog is getting in on the action. He did it when like the pocket was like not bad, but not great either. So he was gaining depth a little bit, but still staying on platform. And it was just like, you're looking for those canaries in the coal mine, right? Those heartbeats, signs of life. And he showed it. I think that's a pretty good sign. That was exciting to me.
Canaries in the coal mine is a massive like buzzword at the moment.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Like, how many canaries are in this coal mine?
How big is the coal mine? I mean,
It sounds huge.
Because aren't we like on a canary per like square footage ratio,
right?
To determine. So also the other thing is that in the passing game, the Steelers like yielded a lot. Like there was a lot of easy access throws. Part of that is Kubiak, kind of creating that, but the Steelers like their structure,
dude, like. It looked like Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson hadn't played together before. Patrick Queen in coverage is like, he looks like, I mean, he was never, I think he's a bit overrated in Baltimore, but oh my gosh, he's like really rough at the moment. Like,
it was like early career, yeah. I'll be right back.
Oh, and then, the gaps between like certain things on the defense was just like cavernous, which Kubiak got so much yardage from just dressing up like stick, like the quick game passing concepts, in a variety of ways on like second and long to just get like the chunk back, particularly in the first like 3 quarters of the game. So it was encouraging they were able to do that. Like there was like one bad quick game where he threw like slant flat into like 3 over 2, and I feel like they should have checked out of it into a run. But yeah, like overall, like pretty positive. So I really like this play, Griff. Just let's just hopefully it's not too choppy. I've paused it. It's not incredibly choppy here. But yeah, I just really like this play, and then we'll talk through it. I'll play it through, and then we'll talk through why I like it. So, first watching it, you're like, hey, it's a conventional bootleg, right? Like, what's so fancy about that, Matty? Well, the Steelers were running a fair bit of cover 3, and they're also running a fair bit of like their corners in outside leverage. But primarily, they're responsible for like this deep third zone, and they're going to play like the outside guy, outside leverage, and deep. And so by switch releasing JSN and Cooper Kupp, you're ensuring that essentially JSN, who's running like the primary route that you want to hit, is getting leverage and ground all the time. So you can see the effect of this. This corner here, rather than squeezing with Cooper Kupp, with JSN, he's like, oh, I see this release here. I need to honor that. And he turns this totally loose across the field. Griff, other guys do this, but it's cool to see.
Yep, definitely.
Horrible, I don't know who this player is, but he had a terrible game.
22, he was rough. I agree with you.
Yeah, that's not a great robot, but yeah. And then it kind of pops this window to Kupp in the progression, like quite nicely. Like if, we had this covered up and there were a bit more time for Darnold, there is a kind of window here, right? Yeah, I like that play. So ordinarily, guys, this would be, he wouldn't really be in the picture or he'd run the over route. But just the way of doing this is a slight kind of dressing on top of a very staple concept. So I like that.
Agreed.
And then the other play I wanted to talk about on the offense was this.
And that's something we saw in New Orleans too, that little wrinkle.
Right, absolutely. Right, so this, I think it's the start of the end of half 2-minute drill. Now, there's a lot which goes on here. Fortunately, we can see the shift, which is good. So, a lot of things happen from the defense that are bad. But I want to credit Kubiak for them happening. So you can see, like, this is oceans of space for Cup on the check down. He's on the backside of the concept. Darnold's able to find him, and like, there's not like, you know, look at this amount of space. Like, there's so much space for him here to catch, turn upfield, and go. So what I like about this is the strong side for the defense here is this side of the field initially at the snap, right? There's only one receiver out here and a running back, whereas we've got 3 eligible guys to this side of the field. The shift at the snap makes this now the strong side of the formation. And so Patrick Queen in cover 3 has gone from thinking, I was the strong hook player, to now I'm the weak hook player, and I've got eventually I've got 1, 2, 3 routes out here. I need to start trying to turn and locating this route here, right? And like roboting that type of route, helping this safety on that type of route.
Open the final 3.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jalen Ramsey's kind of not really paying attention to that sort of stuff. He's just focusing on 2 and 1, and he's thinking, I need to play deep to short here, and this type of route for the sail, right? And this type of route here, my weak hook can help on, because or my strong. He's probably almost treating that basically like it's still strong hook help. So that little, it's a very simple concept, right? Like, it's this sort of delayed escort motion out here, or escort distribution with like a dig. Like, I don't love it, but I mean, it's an interesting front side deal. They play 3, and on the back side, it's just wide open.
Yep. And that's Sam reading the defender technique.
Yep.
Letting that speed up his own progression, right?
Yeah. And he's pretty good at, like, some of those third downs. Like, he was good at reading the defender's technique and knowing where he was going with the ball, or getting to the check down on time, playing on time. There are other occasions I felt he was a tick late too. Like, I think he himself would admit he can play even better, but ultimately he's generally making like good decisions. And then when it mattered in particular, he was accurate, as I said before. So yeah, pretty exciting. And then the caveat that the Steelers defense just awful, like just so bad. All right, Griff.
Yes.
Seahawks run game, offense run game. Like, any comments on that? Because obviously Walk had a massive game, Charbonnet did not. Flip of week 1.
Can we get to that one dig route though?
Okay.
It's either, I think it's quarter 4, 10:09.
How good is Griff's clock skills, guys? Or how good's my my tape finding? And Griff, just to re-emphasize what you were saying, Darnold was fine hitting a dig when it was kind of like the front side or like a half-field read. But we're excited about this because he kind of found it on the backside.
Yeah, and I might have led you astray, but I'm gonna pull it up really quick.
You're gonna pull it up?
No, I mean I'm gonna find the correct timestamp.
Yeah, like this. Well, it would have been before. Oh, a car alarm's going off. Can you hear that? That's exciting.
I'm comforted to know they call those car alarms over there. It's not something else like a lorry bop or something.
A what?
A lorry chime.
No, I don't know what that is.
or an auto chime.
I should also say the first touchdown the Seahawks scored, this was a great job from Kubiak as well, because if you go to the Jets week 1 tape versus the Steelers, the Jets scored a very similar touchdown to this. So like this is a staple play for like attacking teams with a post safety, because it's this whole deal of this is away from his leverage, this is away from his leverage. So, and we've only got one guy, so he has to like pick a side. If he goes to this side, then we throw here. If he goes to this side, then we throw here. I'm trying not to draw an accidental phallus. And so how teams can deal with that is they nail this guy down, like drop kick call, I think it was once upon a time called. So he drives here. This guy with better leverage gains leverage on the post and replaces him in the post, and this guy runs across the field. So they try and pass it off between the three of them. But you can see here how this guy drives down for JSN. This guy's supposed to fall off and help Jalen Ramsey on the over, and he does not do that. And so Jalen Ramsey, as we said, he has terrible leverage here. He's expecting help here. He didn't get the help, and so that's a touchdown. And what's really cool about that is an effective play, but also you can see that that's a weakness from the Steelers, because in week 1 they give up that touchdown versus the Jets. Find it. We're not seeing the drawing on the screen. Oh my god, this is actually shambolic. I am so sorry, guys. How long's that been the case?
I was busy looking for that other play. I was listening to it, but I wasn't able to observe.
For fuck's sake. This is so bad. I'm so sorry, everybody.
We're blaming the third party host.
Yeah. It's 1 a.m. Like, basically.
Okay, we're cooking now. For future reference, the first play of the fourth quarter is the play I'm referencing.
Chat, also, that's your fault, because you should have said earlier, but thank you. Marxism FTW for the heads up. So yeah, basically Ramsey's expecting help here from the corner falling off, because the safety's driving down on this, and they didn't switch it properly. And as I said, if you find just watch the Jets highlights, like the Jets Steelers highlights, that first play was the first touchdown I think the Jets scored against the Steelers is exact same concept. Right then, Griff, first play of the fourth quarter.
But look at Sam on that last play taking the hit too, man. Like, good for him.
Oh yeah, he got rocked. Yeah.
All right. So very first play of the fourth quarter. It's 15 minutes.
Oh, here we go.
So, I mean, what you're about to see, I watched all of Sam's Minnesota games. I didn't see this one time.
On a 3rd and 1 as well.
I don't think I saw it one time. Yeah, 3rd and 1. So Kubiak calls a real play, like a greedy play. This isn't, a quick game. This isn't manufacturing a first down on 3rd and 1. This is like, here's a real deal 5-step drop or 3-step from shotgun.
Yeah.
5-step concept, read it out. I'm giving you front side and backside options.
And then the Griff with that motion, like just the contours of the defense, they're showing like man to man, right? Like here, they're showing like this guy might rush, and maybe this guy's a robber, or this guy's got the back if this guy is gonna rush. And then man to man with a post safety, right? Is that how you'd read that if you were playing quarterback?
Yep.
Or would you treat this as kind of sus?
You'd want to confirm it post snap really quick.
Right.
You'd look at who would you key right off the snap? The post safety pre-snap, see what he's doing post snap. Because if he stays middle, then you're thinking, okay, one high. If he kind of plays some sort of lazy cloud or quarter technique, then obviously it's split field. But
yeah.
So he's staying.
Darnold had one peek, and then he's thinking here.
So the front side of the play, I mean, all his options are covered up now. But what do you think 22 is doing though?
Like doubling JSN, but JSN's not that. Oh, he is there.
Is it one double?
Yeah, like look at his eye progression. He's like trying to play the in of JSN.
And then look at the deep middle safeties technique, Chuck Clark's technique. I think 21.
Yeah,
It looks postish, but then he kind of he's not looking at the banana route from the tight end at all, or the corner route from the tight end. It's almost like he's playing.
I think that's just pure post, and
Okay.
it's man, so he's just playing man on the quarterback, you know.
Kind of like nail replace almost.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so look at Sam realize that all of his options front side are capped. And then
Yep.
look at his footwork. He stays on platform. He doesn't lose like a position of power, like a power position.
Right, great base.
Yep, he's able to maintain torque the whole time when he needs it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to the backside and then fires with conviction. Part of his conviction is him knowing that it's man coverage, so he doesn't have any front side leverage player.
Right. And honestly, Griff, like this is his most impressive throw, arguably.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of placement and everything. But a lot of his conviction came from the Steelers playing man to man in those passing third downs. And that's not to denigrate what Darnold did. It's just like a quarterback, any quarterback, is always going to look, especially sure when they get man to man, and when they're in the progression, their guys got open, right? Because it's a 1-on-1, so the ball's coming out fast. Like zone windows type stuff, that's where it gets a bit less clear sometimes. So
sure, totally. But it's an example of him letting the information he's reading inform what to do next.
Absolutely.
And that's not something he always did at great speed last year. Like, as much as his stats would make you think that he did, like on film, he wasn't always.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the amount of times where the front side of the play was simply open was pretty impressive.
Yeah, and now
this is an example of the front side not being there, and him standing and delivering. Also, him not panicking with it being 3rd and 1. You know, like, I can't take a sack because you're not going to go for it on 4th and 1 at that field position. But like the pocket is still really clean, but it's constricting a little bit. And so the little gentle hops backwards, I think you can work with.
We should also say this corner stinks. Is that the ghost of Darius Slay, like 34-year-old Darius Slay?
Yeah, I mean he doesn't try to press Cup at all. Like he gives him complete free access.
Like what's he doing?
Because on a I understand divider leverage and everything, but on a close split, you know that guy's running an in cut.
Yeah. Anyway. Right. Run game, Griff. Like, just a brief thing. Like, as I said, Walker had much bigger stats than Charbonnet. I think it was kind of similar in that Charbonnet just didn't really get the blocking. But at the same time, Walker he had good blocking, but he also was so creative. Like, his ability to cut and jump over guys and eke out extra yards and break tackles. Like, he looked really up to speed, and it's exciting.
Agreed. I would say that Walker he maximized the yardage available.
Which is like what you'd ask. Like that's what separates the top backs from the mid, right?
Right. Really decisive. And then also when he danced, he only danced when it would have made sense to, and his dancing actually generated even more yardage. Like it was all constructive creation. None of it was like an inefficiency. Like, oh, he wasn't. If he was cleaner there, they could have gotten 1 or 2 more. Like, no, he actually. Some plays were dead, and he was able to create where Sharp wasn't.
Constructive dancing.
Constructive dancing.
That's what we love. I'm interested. Obviously, like Charbonnet, we'll go through the injury report in a bit, but he may not be able to go week 3, so we'll see what Walker looks like with a full workload, or if like George Halani gets some touches. But the like blocking wise, Griff, like there were some plays which were dead, and then there's some like Sundell's going to lose like 2 or 3 reps a game, especially to big nose tackles, right? But like he also his strengths are very obvious, similar narrative to him really. They seem to do a better job as the game developed of like combo blocking like the important guy and staying on that combo, be it, you know, the play side 4 tech, 5 tech, or the backside 4 tech, 5 tech, or also just like straight up not allowing Patrick Queen run throughs and kind of running more at Peyton Wilson, who is like terrible against the run.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Yeah, good point on Queen, because he was kind of outside of like Benton, just winning a rep like really well.
Yeah,
which is you were saying with Sundell, it was he and Sundell would like trade dominant reps. Like Sundell would dominate him, and then vice versa. Outside of that, Queen was probably the main issue, like his clean run throughs, and so making sure that he didn't have an angle was really important. And yeah, I will say though, like, so Bradford and Lucas, I thought had great games. I thought Lucas was rough against San Francisco. I think he really found his footing this game. Charles Cross kind of had a bad game, at least blocking.
And like he's going up against Cam Hayward at times, like who I thought was really bad in week 1, but I think maybe that was getting up to speed. Like he'd missed some training camp, there's some contract stuff. He had a better game this game, although still not his. You know, he might be washed, but yeah, Cross struggled with that. Like in terms of his skill set, not the best matchup, given it's the Steelers D line, who they're just huge.
Yeah,
they have so many huge people. But I overall, like the run game had its downs still, but for me, it's like it's proof of the system how they were able. They didn't. It's not really halftime adjustments. It's more like there's enough stuff and tools within the system to still be able to run the ball even after some like rough moments and plays.
Yeah, I mean they have, you know, they put so many gaps on the line of scrimmage, and they have so many guys that are capable of a good
right.
Ball, that there's going to be like every 2 or 3 run plays, there's going to be an increase. They might get like 2 or 3 guys might get beat really bad on one play, but that same play, there's going to be a crease somewhere often enough. And to kind of more to that point, the Raiders have the highest run offense right now, and then the Seahawks are second, as in the second. They have the second highest amount of their run plays go for like no yards.
So bad.
Yeah. But when they're not getting stuffed, the crease is there. Like the perfect.
Yeah, so eliminating those negative plays is, as Neugash points out, is too many negative plays, and that it does get the offense in tricky positions that in this game they were able to overcome enough of, with like, you know, picking up a chunk on second down and whatnot through the air, like the stick pass game concept I mentioned at the start. But I
mean, it might be the run game this year, where they're just up and down series.
Yeah, it sounds really harsh, but it's not to put it all on one player, but like Sundell's good for like 2 or 3 of them a game. Like I don't know if Olu would be, but Sundell on the like really amazing runs, he's often made an incredible block where his athletic ability is like very key to that play. So it's he's a very interesting player, like very interesting. And there's other things which they can clean up to sort of avoid the other negative plays. But I'm pretty pumped about the run game overall. I think the pass game we'll see. I haven't watched the Saints defense yet, but anyway, we'll talk about the Saints in a bit.
The Steelers game, in the pass game wise, I think that like you're not going to play the Steelers defense every week,
Mm-hmm.
but we can. I feel strong about the play action being viable, like pretty much week in, week out, with the occasional, down game. It's just the dropback game is still a little bit of a question mark because like half of Cooper Kupp's production was like wide open stuff where like they're just not defending him. Where it's the structure of the play. I mean, like play action dig routes, like that's if it works really well, it's just wide open, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be there every single week. So what does it look like when a guy has to win? And Kupp did win, like on that dig route that we showed. He beat Slay. Horton on one. I would say Ramsey like did not play that well at all, but on that 1 3rd and 12, he picked up 11 yards. I don't know what that's going to look like moving forward. So there's still some like we just need more data, really.
Bigger sample size, yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So defense, as we said, dominant defensive performance, and it's hard to focus on one area because there's a lot of positives out of this. For me, Griff, like the big takeaway is Macdonald. We spoke about how coming into the year, we'd like him to have a few more tools for dealing with like the problem runs, the problem formations, the 4-man surface cut up you put together, that type of stuff that how offenses were attacking the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, this was a continuation of week 1 and the positives, like more movement, more kind of like catered calls for like getting after the run a bit more on first and second down. Nickel bear continuing a bit as well. So there's a number of like cool run fits that we can look at. But also, Griff, we've got some really cool coverage plays to look at. So I have some timestamps. We can just go through them one by one, and then when everyone gets bored, we can we can log off. All right. So 2nd and 6. This is a big thing that the Seahawks are doing, particularly on like the early downs, where they'll come out in nickel, right? And then they'll blitz into like bare spacing. Or wait, I don't. But this isn't that type of play. This is This is what I'm talking about, where it's a little game to cancel gaps. So they're in a too high structure here.
Yep.
They're a man short in the box, right? Even though the nickel's trying to cheat, like you can see at the snap, he gets his eyes to this guy. Mm-hmm. So they're playing with 6 guys for 7. They're down a gap. So what do? They execute a pretty cool stunt. I think they'd call this a Tom stunt, but it's basically between the 2 tackles where you align like this, but then after the snap, watch Byron Murphy, number 91 here. Oh, wait, I've lost which one he is. I think he's this guy.
Who knows?
But watch Leonard Williams then. And you see how they both pinch down. So
clog the A-gaps.
Yeah, it clogs up the A-gaps, and it just makes it really difficult for the offense who are trying to run long trap, counter.
Well, what is this actual run concept?
Trap? Oh, same side.
It's I would call
duo.
This I would call this long trap, same side long trap, but with 30, essentially split flow, same side long trap is what this is, with 30 being the. That's silly. So shotgun split backs, that's funny. Some unconventional runs, but yeah, I think split flow long trap out of 2 back is what you'd call this. But so any shotgun run though, like the back path most often is going to be so downhill.
Mm-hmm.
The A gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the ethos for Mike here in Dirt A is to make the running back, to speed up the running back, get him off his back path.
Yep.
And then also by canceling the A gaps, but then also what does this do to the defensive lineman or the offensive lineman and their rules?
Right. Yeah, and it makes them more hesitant. It causes them real issues. and ultimately the center's kind of worrying about
What is 54 doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
Anyway,
Nothing.
but like you can't sleep on Byron Murphy because he's too explosive in a short area.
Right. And this plays to his strengths. Like, he's stepping down a tiny bit. He's allowed to kind of play more downhill and forwards and aggressive. And he'll be a problem when he's allowed to do stuff like that. So you take that type of win on 2nd and 6, a TFL when you're down a guy in the box anyway. Then this is why I was talking about in terms of blitzing into like bare spacing. Again, showing too high. They're actually playing fire zone where it's cover 3. But essentially, Griff, there's no room here. Everyone's 1-on-1, and they're just clogging everything up.
So they're in a what front are they in pre-snap? If you're setting the strength to the,
I think it's probably to the
an under front. You call this an under?
I think it's probably just how they're setting the strength.
I think if the I think they're setting the 3 tech to the boundary.
Yes, I agree.
With a 5-man line of scrimmage. So if we call this an under front, then
no, I'd call it over because the 3 tech's set to the 3 tech's to the
14.
strength. The strength's just to the boundary.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but pretty cool. Like, there's just no room. Like,
so you have Lawrence into the B gap. So like you're saying with bare space, so that means B gap, A gap, B gap are plugged.
Yeah.
There's bodies in between the tackles,
mm-hmm.
and then you recreate the edge via the nickel blitz.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts 5 bodies in line of scrimmage. So creating odd space post snap, gets 1-on-1s like you're saying, and there's no movement.
Right, no movement, no displacement, and clean linebackers who have fallen back with this anyway. They know they've got a safety rolling down here.
Dude,
what?
Mike Tomlin, I mean, Steelers fans are growing tired of Mike Tomlin, but he always gets his team's act together.
Yeah.
But this might be the dam starting to crack. I've never seen a team. I mean, Tomlin might be going out sad this year. I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah. And then I agree. And then look at Derek Hall here. Like, he absolutely stones. He just stones that gap because they're looking to. This isn't the end of the world for them. They're looking to run here, crease this, and then run up here. Like, it's actually a pretty interesting run design where Ernest Jones on a chalkboard. Ernest Jones is the guy who needs to be making the play because it's kind of like counter. Like, it's a horrid looking play, to be honest. Like, the timing of it's off. Running it from split backs.
It's
with the back alignment like this. It's rough.
What would you call this? FH counter, or like
yeah, something. But anyway, Derek Hall, holy crap! That's some strength and good job from the backers flowing with that.
Yep, that's D Hall making this play.
Yeah. Right. So remember we talked about the tackle thing? That's not it. This is it. So 2nd and 10. Again, showing too high. Again, playing with... Well, they're a bit more active in the run fit here, but that's, I think, because they see this block.
Yeah, that's so, dude. So the Rams do what the Steelers are doing right now all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just such bad execution. I know the personnel probably isn't great. I'm not that familiar with the Steelers O-line right now. But just the things that are in their control, the footwork is so bad. like
So we're caveating our excitement with, hey, the Steelers kind of stink.
But what do good units do to bad units? They dominate.
Make them look bad. And what's cool is the stuff they're making them look bad with. They had it last year, but they didn't do it as much as they did in the first 2 weeks of this season. Be good to have some data to prove that, but I will dig it out at some point. So here's that same stunt, and you can see how it causes issues because they're trying to wash down on the pinch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are they doing?
Lawrence crossing face on 81, even though he is fitting the D gap.
Yeah, it's huge.
That
right?
really screws it. That screws the whole thing up because that prevents 13 from being able to fold inside.
Yeah, because he wants to go like this.
Yeah.
And Ernest Jones is kept totally clean from all of this, and he's able to fall back.
Yeah. So it's honestly not bad design from Smith. Just
your boy
is horrible, and the coaching is probably bad too. The hands-on coaching of it.
Right.
76 and the guard combined for a good.
Yeah, they got a pretty good wash.
But anyway,
yeah,
not down block, but inside zone. Whatever.
All right, Griff. The play I thought you'd be excited about is this one.
Oh, I actually have a note on this.
Oh, see, chat. I know the guy.
All right, so Bears. It's three. Oh, it's Nickel Bear.
So is Nickel Bear, ever heard of it?
It's Sink, and we've got Mafe making a play, and Mike Morris makes a good play. And not only does Morris make a play, but he does this two-gapping. He's mirror stepping.
All right.
It's good to see signs of life from Mike Morris here.
Yeah. But Griff, for me, what this is big for is also, and they don't quite do it as you might expect. In fact, what's the coverage on the back end here? Oh, it is cover 3. All right. So a big problem, guys, for this type of look would be the fact that there's a gap here, and there's this guy here, and then there's no one on the edge of the defense, and there's only this guy in the middle. So essentially,
aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So essentially, runs into the boundary for this type of look or problem, especially when their run strength's into the boundary as well, right? They've created that 4-man surface that Griff was talking about. Yeah, it's not ideal. So what we've asked for them to do is to slant in the direction of where a team's going to run, because then you are cancelling the gaps post-snap. And essentially post-snap, while this is bare, you are essentially getting into like an under-type front where this guy goes here, this guy becomes the 5-tech, this guy becomes the nose, or it's kind of like an over front, because then this guy, yeah, anyway, you're changing a front into a different look, you're removing the bubbles, you're going to where they're running, you're taking the air out of it, you're resetting the line of scrimmage, and you're going to have an unblocked guy on the backside. Now, on the play, Griff, you mentioned Mike Morris two-gapping. I don't know if this is like post-motion. I don't know if they check into this pressure because of the problems. Like here, they're fine, right? Because the corner can come in. But here, we've got a problem now because the corner's off. And he's got a number 1 who's a receiver. And then we've got this 2 extra issue. I don't know if they check into it and that half the line didn't get the call. But you can see, like, for me, it would make sense that this is what's happening. Right?
But do they actually slant?
Well, that's the question. You can look at different players at a time. So if we look at Mike Morris first, that's more just mirror stepping, right? Two-gapping, and then making a great play, as you mentioned. Here, this is more just mirror stepping.
Honestly, that's so
And
good
then,
for Morris for a lot of reasons.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Because
we'll talk.
he understands real quick. He understands he's getting comboed, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
he understands the play call. So he overplays his visual key 76 to
Hmm.
try to create daylight between his visual key and the pressure key, the right guard and the right tackle.
Yep.
So to defeat the combo, he turns a 2-on-1 into 2 successive 1-on-1s essentially.
Yeah, it's
To the
huge.
point where it makes 66 come off of him.
Yeah.
And which is to say, had he played 66 heavier right off the snap, he would
It's
have gotten moved.
and it's gonna probably hit up here, and then this guy's gonna pick that off and it's going.
Yeah. So
This is a very important play from him, and even without him making the tackle at the end.
so Morris playing a really accentuating width. That means he understands the formations, the alerts off those formations, and then how the guard and tackle are blocking him. And this is another reason why I really like Morris's just like the foundation of his play. He was an edge in college, right? And then he played one game as a rookie, going from edge to playing nose tackle. And he played really well that Rams game
Right.
in 2023. He just understands blocking schemes. And that's why I feel like he's just too advanced of a processor to fail, even for his body type, because he's such a tall guy. He just gets football. So I hope he keeps getting snaps. But continue on the other guys.
Well, I don't know if they are slanting, but what's interesting, Griff, is what it allows them to do here, because if Rodgers is booting out the back of his, you are getting one guy unblocked to him, right in the teeth of it. So remember this play, and then let's go to.
Good point. And contain blitzing the backside of a zone action is a one way for Mike to attack the play action problems from last year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right, here we go. So you can see exactly what I was talking about there. So it's the same play call. You can see Griff here, they move like a bit more pronounced. It feels like. Maybe I'm just wrong.
No, it definitely feels like they're trying to.
Maybe because it's gun, so they know back direction a bit more. I don't know.
I mean, they don't actually cross face, but they do gain a lot of width, don't they?
Right.
Well, because look what's happening backside. I mean, that's definitely a pressure.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely they're definitely trying to slant. They just can't because the O line's moving so horizontally.
Right.
But
yeah, same play call as the last time, and you can see the advantages of it where you just get a guy unblocked into Aaron Rodgers and the bootleg.
Yep.
Not the best bootleg concept, but yeah. And there's another play where I wondered, Griffith, and I don't know where I've put it.
Trying to gain a gap toward the C gap bubble.
Yeah.
Is the intention, right?
See, that's what I thought. And that's why I was excited.
And that's good stuff, because also what does that do? That pushes Ernest Jones run fit toward the field, which then makes it easier for him. It reduces the conflict between defending a crossing route going from the boundary to the field. When you put your pass responsibility and run responsibility the same direction against boot concepts, that's how you marry the run and the pass defensively.
Very nice, right?
Something that, we've seen past Seahawks defenses do at an elite level. They use tools like this, and now Mike is starting to use them. That's just another sign of Mike playing NFC West defense now on 1st and 10, 2nd and whatever,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right. So that's what I was excited about. Like tackle game working pretty cool, and then nickel bear with this like blitz of the nickel which I think helps the 4-man surface problem. Here's another like tackle game. I don't think they got the stop here, but you can see again the tools that they have. Like they're not just blitzing the nickel out of nickel bear, although that is I think base bear, but they're stunting. They got a guy cleaning the hole. They get the first down, but it's a tough first down, right? Yeah, and it just changes the picture, makes the offensive line think.
Right, and they're in 3-4 here, right?
Yeah, not nickel, but
still, it's
you can do the same stuff,
right.
Basically the same front.
Well, their base defense last year was horrid. I mean, they were horrid at base personnel last year in 3-4. Like they were legitimately like a bottom 5 defense. So because they didn't have very much installed, the menu was just short. Now they have tools, way more multiplicity, and
like very exciting. All right, so coverage-wise, Griff, we spoke about Aaron Rodgers and how it's a tough eval because, I mean, like, what is he doing sometimes? He's so late. He, like, seems to predetermine things at times. Then he's really late at other times. He's just trying to, like, make crazy plays sometimes. It's a really tricky one. That said, the Seahawks did a great job against him. Rushing coverage. Kind of removing like or encouraging him to like ad-lib, I think.
Definitely.
So Griff, there's a play that you spoke about that I think is a cool one, which is Ernest Jones you tweeted this one out. This is a fun play. We could probably look at a couple of plays prior. Because
so we're seeing a TCU special zone match quarters.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of plays prior up, which I think is the same coverage. No, it is. No, it isn't. I think it's two, isn't it?
Not this play, or this could be TCU special, but
no, I don't. But I wanted to look at this play because Griff, this is like exactly what happens in a game, right? Where 1st and 10, 12:05 in the second quarter, and here's Ernest Jones in the middle. It's trips, and I think it's cover 4 this side, cover 2 this side, and Ernest Jones is responsible for relating to the final 3 on this play. So you can see how he has a glance out, checks what 2's doing, reroutes 3. It's not the best rep from Tyrese Knight. I don't really know they get 4 away, so if they're pattern matching this a bit more, maybe the ball's out fast, to be fair. But great job from Josh Jobe, our step kicker, who had a pretty solid game, and when the ball got thrown his way, did a really good job.
Yeah.
Great job disrupting the timing of the slant, so it's a trickier throw, and DK drops it as quite fitting, really.
Catch the ball, DK. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, DK. You know what? That might just be cover 2 across the board.
I think that actually is. I think Jobe is in a cloud as well.
Yeah, because he wouldn't play that outside and that aggressive.
A little note, though. I think that it's interesting how Kobe plays to the field. He kind of tighter to 2.
Yeah, they might be doing some reading here, right?
I think he's trying to protect the post as well from 2.
Right. Anyway, so Ernest Jones been in a similar situation, ish. And then we'll get to the play that Griff tweeted out. So it's a 3rd and 7. 3-by-1 again. There's our guy Ernest Jones, and let's just play it through. And Griff doesn't get a pass break up here. The ball doesn't even get thrown. So I don't know how certain companies would grade this play, but in your mind, this is elite middle linebacker play?
This is a good hook drop zone coverage. He kills the structure of the play. So by the time Rodgers gets to the strong side of the concept or the backside, given how he opens weak and then scans backside to the strong side. By the time he would be set to throw that dig route in this dagger concept, it's not there.
Right. And him looking this side is kind of just superfluous, right? He's trying to open up this window in the middle of the field.
Yeah. Now, if he actually read his alert, if he peeked the weak safety, though, and played it like on the chalkboard.
Yeah, I know.
Joe busts his assignment, and that's an explosive play. Not a touchdown because that's a tight end. He'll get hawked from behind, but
yeah.
Anyway, so
yeah, that's a good. Sorry to get us sidetracked, but there's a couple of these for Job on tape. There's a couple of them for Woolen on tape. Just the ball doesn't go there, and even like there's a couple of those for Richard Sherman on tape where the ball doesn't go there. You know, like corner's such a such a hot topic last week. It's such a position you can get away with things until you don't, and then you're very exposed suddenly.
Yeah.
And they just talk about that on the sideline and in the meeting rooms, and no one other than us sad bastards notices this.
Right. It's kind of all process versus results, you know.
Right. 100%.
If you get lucky, how much is it emphasized? How would us fans watching it on the couch feel about if that ball was caught and we're talking about Job's bus? I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what makes this so special about Jones is because it just looks like, you know, he drops diagonally one direction and then goes back the other direction diagonally. And you could say, well, why not do that anytime? Because it's not that physically impressive, but it's him knowing to do that in this moment is what makes this.
Yeah. So, Griff, what's he been asked to do here?
Go ahead.
What's he been asked to do here?
Well, so it's quarters coverage. He's the middle hook player, so he has to protect kind of the hash area, hash to hash a little bit. Sometimes you have to melt past the hash, like outside the hash. Sometimes you got to stay on the hash. Sometimes you want to work to the hash, then work back toward the middle. You have to know how much depth to gain, how much width to gain. And all those questions are answered by what the pre-snap formation is multiplied by what that offense tends to do based off of those formations. So like the tells here are DK is the number 3 receiver, the number 3 slot. If you count outside in 1, 2, 3, then not only is he the number 3 slot, but he's on the line of scrimmage. So right away, that's going to tell Jones like, all right, DK more than likely is running a clear out vertical route. So if he's running a clear out vertical route, and then if he also peaks, the number 2 receiver is also stemming vertically, then he is probably running something that's going to break either inside or outside. And then when he peaks the number 1 receiver also breaking inside, he knows immediately that, okay, I'm going to get high load by the number 1 and the number 2. The number 1 is the cheese, and the number 2, they're going to try to work over the top of me. Because if number 3 is a clear out and number 1 is breaking in, he's saying, therefore, 2 must be running the dig and a dagger combination. Trips dagger is often ran where one of the receivers is running something short at the middle linebacker or the curl defender, whoever is being high load. So he's taking all those pieces of information together and knowing what the number 2 receiver is doing without looking at him. So it's just piecing it all together. So it informs his drop. So when the play rolls again, you'll see him peak 3 and 2 go up, and then his eyes go to 1.
And fast off the ball, right? Like, even for the NFL where they're meant to be fast off the ball every time, like that's very up, as you said.
Yeah. And then he sees 1 come inward, and then 1 is running at him. So when he sees 1 running toward him, he actually runs away from 1 as opposed to jumping it.
And an inside release from 1 as well. Like he's inside the corner, so that could be breaking in.
Yep. So as soon as he sees 1 come toward him, he works back toward the middle of the field. So you go, all right, I'm out of here. I'm not pushing toward 1. I'm going to push back toward the middle.
Right. Yeah, because he, as you said, Griff, like he knows these guys are behind him. He knows hey, this is something I might need to come down to, but ultimately, it's just at the sticks. There might be something deeper.
Mm-hmm. And even holding on the hash wouldn't be enough. He has to melt back because of the receiver splits.
Yeah, here the little crossover to get into like the middle third of the hashes. And you can see from this window here, to Griff's point.
Now the play is dead, unless pass rush is doing nothing, and Rodgers can screw around in the pocket and wait for it to come past him. But that's why pass rush is important.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is really hard if you don't have a pass rush.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. And then hopefully we get to see it from Rodgers' perspective here. Chat, if you have any questions about stuff we're talking through, I should have said this at the start, but you know this. Please ask them, like, if there's stuff we can over-explain. Oh, the overload logo's in the way. But you can see the moment Rodgers decides to come off this is when Ernest Jones, Griff, to your point. Oh, crap. Let me get rid of the logo. 1 second. This is what's going to get us demonetized. The moment that Rodgers is coming back to that is the moment Ernest Jones starts melting. As Griff said, if he stays on the hash, that's not removing this route here. But he starts melting with the quarterback, and Rodgers thinks about throwing it, and then he's like, oh, crap, like, this guy's sinking with this. That's not a window I want to test. And then, as Griff said, the play's dead.
Yep.
And Jones still aware of where one is to be ready to break on that, and then bang.
And that's what good hook play is.
Right, and then it ends in a sack, right? Like, the pass rush here is not the best. Like, it's not awful. There's some activity, but it's not amazing. But ultimately, there's a coverage sack.
Yeah.
So, Griff, another play that we mentioned in our post-game press conference. Our post-game press conference, our post-game podcast. Imagine we had to do a press conference. It'd be a shambles.
But Matty F. Brown addresses the media.
Finally.
All right, what is this play?
You don't know it?
Is this the pick? Oh no, this is the tipped dagger play, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't really explain that play from like a whole thing because I kept talking over Griff when he was about to explain it. But it was, as Griff was saying, TCU special. That was the type of quarters coverage, or which you can Google. There's a lot of resources on that. Twitter search as well. I think Mike Macdonald calls it area, but basically the corner's man to man on the outside receiver wherever he goes on the trip side, and then
He has a smash rule though, I think, for a TCU.
Whereas for Macdonald he's Meg.
Oh really? It's like pure.
It's pure man.
You're right, because the fin route, and Woolen followed it. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know why he calls it area, but I think it's because the curl is a soft squat on the 2, and then the mic.
But wait though, the nickel in area, it's like palms with 2 and 3 though, right? Because if you trap the nickel traps it.
Well, we need to see that play out.
Okay.
I don't know if it is.
Maybe Mike doesn't do it that way, but I know that like Gary Patterson does.
Mike's stuff says soft squat on the 2, and I haven't seen the nickel trap that out.
The only reason why I assumed that was because the nickel. Who was it? Was it one? What's his name again? William? Or...
What?
Who is the nickel this game?
Kendrick. We're about to watch him make a play.
I know. I forgot
DK.
His name. But Kendrick on that previous play, on the Ernest Jones play, he swings open like a Palms corner would on the outside. He swings open like he's reading 3 to 2. and then Kobe is also playing 3-2,
Yeah, you're right.
like an outside match on two unless three goes flat.
Yeah, they might call it something different, or maybe that's different. You're right though.
It could be new. It just could be a new
I
thing.
mean, it helps them on the smash rule, right? Because otherwise, you just get like
Right.
if you're megging this guy, you just get this all the time if you don't have this
Right.
guy outside leverage.
Right. You're right.
Nice
right,
for the slot fade as well. Anyway, we just talked through the coverage that I said we weren't going to talk through. I love it. Right, so this is, I think, I was surprised how much they just played like cover 2 to Rodgers, but like kind of speaks to...
Well, what kills quick game?
Yeah.
And that's all Rodgers wants to do is throw fades and go quick game. It's like the rest defense. Like that's
Right.
what it,
Now down the bottom of the screen is 4, but yeah, front side every time they like wanted to play cover 2 to him.
yeah.
This is awesome from... so this play it's Dagger again, but they're trying to... Go ahead.
I'm just saying half quarter, right?
Yeah.
But they want it to look like quarters front side as well, though, right?
Right, and then post snap disguise. Yeah, so I guess we could talk about the disguise element. So they're trying to show like it's cover 4 again, and you saw before the snap on the last play, Woolen, who was the outside corner on the strong side again, he was showing like this, and then he squared up to the guy. Yeah, but they're trying to show like it's 4, and then post snap, common thing, but the backside safety creeps like this immediately on the snap, trying to show Rodgers like it's cover 2 across the board, which is Julian Love, of course. And then he's actually playing 3 up, but he's trying to lie to Aaron Rodgers and tell him that like this 3 up route is there. And this is pure man from our guy Job, which again, this is a pretty impressive step kick rep. Guys could release him through 2-hand jam and able to transition with that perfectly in phase. He's always been good at step kicking. Like he just is a bit short.
Yeah.
And you can see how Ernest Jones lets the vertical go because he knows he has this safety poaching it essentially. But this is a really impressive rep from the nickel, Kendrick. So they're actually playing cover 2 up top, as we said, and he's the curl defender. And they're trying to high-low him. So this guy is running through his inside shoulder to try and get him to stick here. And then, as Griff said, teams will often run something at that guy. Although, I mean, what the hell is this execution? It's terrible. Like, if they wanted to really put this guy in a bind, they'd like run this at him here.
They'd run right at him.
Right. It's terrible.
I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with that.
Isn't Arthur Smith like you're not affiliated?
Wait, what?
Like, didn't you go to war with him?
Yeah, dude.
Or for him?
I like Arthur Smith's offenses prior to this point. I thought what he did last year was good with Russ and everything. But
all right, so we're blaming Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has ruined everything.
Look at the spacing between the running back and the tight end. Like, what is that supposed to do?
Yeah. I mean, you're high-lowing the check down guy when you should be high-lowing this guy.
or even Ernest too, right? And Pop maybe the over, but whatever.
Regardless, good job not taking the cheese, expanding back out, reading the quarterback's eyes, getting depth, and then getting your hand on the ball. Shame you didn't catch the ball.
Well, I guess I called this Dagger. This is white cross.
Yeah.
It's like a white cross variant or a Z cross.
Whatever. But it's just like horrid.
It's shitty. But
like
that is why the tight end isn't running at one of the.
Yeah, but like.
So the timing is really bad. The running back he's check and release. Because he's checking through the line of scrimmage, it takes him long to get to the flat. If he got to the flat faster, Knight would be out of the picture. And then the tight end would be pulling Jones down sooner.
They're crap.
So it's just really bad execution of a play call that is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be better. Anyway, though,
Woolen did this a couple of times. Like he's done this before as one cover two. Like surely once you read here, you keep sinking and you keep checking one and getting some depth. Like there's no one out in the flat here. Like I don't know why you wouldn't squeeze that a bit more. Do you think that's nitpicking?
well, so the no,
I've seen him do this a number of times.
I mean, I guess he could drop more, but I think he's thinking about
QB run.
maybe, but maybe you see him kind of sail for a potential like corner route, like a burst corner or something.
Oh yeah, no, he gets an inside release, so like the threat to him is this, no doubt. But like at a certain point, surely you have a look here and then you squeeze, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it's so rare that Woolen is to the trip side though, and with Devin out,
Yeah.
he's playing
So
more to the passing strength.
yeah, so talk about the corners. So you observed something in terms of how Job and Woolen are being deployed. Obviously, Mike
Well,
Macdonald doesn't play right and left with his corners. He distributes them a bit differently.
so sometimes they are really pointed about matchups, like Woolen, you travel with this guy type of thing, and usually
Hmm.
they want to travel with someone. But in this case, it was the other way around, where the offense dictated to the defense because when both Woolen and Witherspoon are the outside corners at the same time, so when Witherspoon is not playing nickel, Witherspoon travels with the passing strength, and Woolen travels with the passing weakness. So usually, like to the boundary. Woolen's usually to the boundary. Witherspoon is usually to the field. In this case, they replaced Witherspoon in his absence with Woolen on the outside, and then they replaced Woolen with Job. So Job was to the boundary this game, and Woolen was to the field.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, you can make as many inferences as you want with that. You could say that with Rogers' propensity to throw boundary isolation, maybe they trusted Job more. You could also
Yeah,
say,
which Griff, that is quite a statement given. Like it shows how much they view Job, right, and that a lot of the times that's going to be Metcalf into the boundary. And yeah, sure, they doubled Metcalf sometimes, and there's maybe a play we could look at where they did, and so Job had some help. But other times he was on an island and he did pretty good.
yep, I agree. The other thing you could say is, well, Woolen's issues in the past have been the pure zone stuff. Putting him to the passing strength, he's going to find himself in more pure zone assignments because he'll have a seam threat where he has to read number two and all sorts of more combinations, right? Maybe there's the subtle marker of trust there with that he's improved his zone eyes. So, or maybe it's just like nothing, and that's just how
Yeah,
they decided to do it.
yeah.
Um,
I like this play. Um,
what's going on here?
well, this is like a clear passing down, but Woolen is so good at squeezing things, but ultimately, as we watch him squeeze that in cover four, ultimately though, the rush group is doing pretty good at getting pressure with four, and this is a cool game to run like a flush or like a pick game here. And it
Yeah,
just shows like Byron Murphy when he has we spoke about this, when he gets to like a wide angle on a guard, he can really work those angles.
agreed.
And a selfless rep from DeMarcus Lawrence running like the fish hook at the back of the pocket here. But yeah, that's everyone kind of rushing to their job. And we saw some Leonard Williams getting some D-end rush reps, like edge reps,
Yeah.
which like
Why
just a
did
completely different type.
what is Rogers even his escape plan? Like he has no plan for he has no like escape plan with his arm here. But then what is even his escape plan with his legs? Like why is he going upfield against an inside movement game? Like I
Yeah,
just
he's cooked, isn't he? He's so
what
cooked.
is his brain doing?
I wonder if they'll bench him. Like,
Who's their
how bad would it have to be to bench him?
who is their backup?
Is it still Rudolph? Like, one heck of a quarterback room there.
Dude, Rudolph is better than him right now.
Wow.
100% Rudolph is better than.
And then Griff, I thought Derek Hall had like another good game.
Yeah, pocket push.
Like he's
And then opening up the outside like he did in college a little bit.
This is pretty cool. Shame he didn't finish, but
Some decent bend through contact, which is just so hard to find.
right, like the feet there are pretty crazy.
He's so low. His hips are so low while maintaining contact. Pretty good.
Anything else you want to look at?
I mean, the interception was cool, but an overthrow.
Yeah, the pick was cool. It was also testament. Have we looked at this one? No. Good pass. Oh no, not good. Fine pass rush. The pick is a good one, I think, to look at, because the pass rush is I think underrated. Like front side, Rodgers wants well, first of all, they're trying to get DK in. I don't know why they didn't just try and run the same fade. You can tell the DB's really camping for it. Kobe Bryant, is that? But,
yeah. So Rodgers this game very much was in the red zone, was very much picking at Job and Kobe.
Yeah.
Even though he might have been looking for the tight end here. Just his escape plan was immediately like, all right, what's going on with the short guys?
Yeah, well, I also like how they rush like the front side read. The Marcus Lawrence gets really good kind of pushback and sets depth of the initial pocket, right? Like shows up in the front side of Rodgers and really kind of sets that edge. Meanwhile, Maffei taking an inside move here is totally fine with me, given it's quick game, it's the red zone, and you just kind of got to move him off his spot, and it's to his blind side.
Yep, to his left side, yeah.
So obviously Rodgers better than most going to his left, but yeah, I thought that was an underrated pass rush moment, and it's kind of what Maffei can, like he can do that kind of effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, good for Kendrick. Right, Griff. Shall we? We could watch tape forever, but we might get in trouble. And we need to watch. We need to preview week 3 at home to the Saints before I go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. So Saints.
Spencer Rattler. Ever heard of him?
So this game will be interesting because the talent level is evened out a little bit by Seattle's injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Before the injuries, I would have predicted like a blowout victory for Seattle. They have skilled players, although Olave is kind of having a down year. I think Rattler will play an admirable game, but I don't think we will say he had a good game. He will stay on platform, in structure, and he's team throw it. So if it's ambiguous, like is this open, is it covered, he'll find out by throwing the ball. And so he's going to put the ball into play. So there might be some catch point variance that hurts Seattle.
Yeah.
I think structurally, I think the Saints are about to run into a buzzsaw structurally. I think they're going to get clean looks at him, free rushers on the backside of the protection, particularly on Rattler, and we'll see how Rattler handles that. When they block it up, Rattler will throw the ball downfield, so we'll see what that looks like. The disguise might get him. I think that there's going to be a lot of coverage disguise, spinning safeties and whatnot. So, I mean, it's going to be if the Saints move the ball, like if the Saints win, I think it'll be like Rattler making some like wow high variance plays essentially. Otherwise, I think variance will also hurt him though. I think Seattle will generate negatives on him, some picks, some sacks.
I agree. Like he's gonna take his shots. He's gonna push the ball down the field. Like it's gonna be a very fun game. I think from like a that's a big play and that's a big play and that's a big play. You know. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
But the Saints' run game will be interesting. Kamara's having a good year. Personnel-wise, I think Seattle wins, though. D-line versus O-line. But Kellen Moore, I think, knows what he's doing generally. So, we'll see. Maybe they'll stress Seattle's structure of their fronts. I don't know. Maybe they won't. On the flip side, I think Seattle will move the ball. Well, there's one caveat to this. The Saints The Saints actually have really good first down defense. Period, run and pass, but then they're bad on second and third. So, like, what is if they really battle in the hole? This will be on 1st and 10. This will be another test of, well, one, can Seattle survive that? Can they actually win first downs? But if they can't, it will be another test of what's really the ceiling of the protection of the skill group and Sam and what Kubiak can do in the drop back game if they face a bunch of second and longs again. Because it didn't go great against San Francisco, but then the Steelers game it did, right? So it's just another game of like, all right, what are they? This is kind of like the tiebreaker game of like, how do we project them forward in that scenario? So that will be interesting to see. I mean, I want to see if, obviously I want them to win first downs, but I'm curious from an experimental standpoint of what do they look like when they don't win first down, Sam.
Yeah, do you know what are they doing defensively, the Saints?
Who is their DC again?
You don't remember? It's Brandon Staley, right?
Oh, right.
So in theory, he should be running for 200 yards.
Yeah, I mean, if you were Staley, you'd be running your penny package, your nickel tight, your nickel bear stuff, right?
Right.
You'd be running fire zones at Sam all day, and you'd also be running invert Tampa 2 to see if you can't, get in the window of the JSN crossers and dig routes. So yeah, we'll see, man.
Yeah. Well, we do have a question on the game.
All right.
The Seahawks have listed Zach Charbonnet, Nick Emenwari, Julian Love, and Devin Witherspoon as questionable. Charbonnet as doubtful. Sorry, Charbonnet missed practice today, but Emenwari, Love, and Witherspoon were all limited participants today. So we'll see if they can go. I think someone said earlier in the chat, and I totally agree. Like, this is a good game to try and get Emenwari some reps, and Macdonald's clearly eager to do that because at a certain point, it really will stunt his development in year one if he's not able to get on the field. They'll just run out of time to get it happening. And he needs reps, as we've spoke about before. But yeah, who the team misses the most? I think for this game, probably Julian Love.
Yeah.
And he's playing really solid football to good to great football at the moment, as he has under Mike Macdonald. So
Rattler will test the safeties. He'll throw deep posts. He'll throw skinny posts.
Rattler is our quarterback. Like he is the guy everyone should enjoy. Like he's a fun player to watch. He just shoots.
He's got such a quick trigger too. I mean, he's kind of he's like a less wise early career Rodgers, where when Rodgers would play in structure.
Right. Wait, hang on. What, play style, not personality?
I was saying play style.
Right,
but he can progress into being a more honed version of it.
I love that.
So I mean, yeah.
And Chase Young's out for the Saints, and so is Dylan Raduns, who I think is the starting guard. So,
yeah, they have no pass rush. The Saints don't.
No, but then, yeah, maybe they'll just blitz and whatnot. I'd be very disappointed if the Seahawks don't win this game. It would be crash out worthy if the Seahawks don't win this game, even with their terrible home record of late.
being 1-2, having lost with the Saints being one of your losses, that would be rough.
Yeah, NFC loss as well.
Yeah, but I'm predicting 30-17 Seahawks.
30?
30.
That's a lot of points.
How about you?
I think the Seahawks win 24-17.
Okay.
Well, you see me, I see you.
Why do you
we had whoa, we got two donations. Let's deal with this one first. Finn, thank you so much. How do we put a stop to the Jake Thomas propaganda? Important question. I have bad news, Finn.
You're week 3 captain, Maddie. So
wait, what?
It's a special teams thing.
Wait,
right?
What?
He's named captain this week, which is a special teams thing, right? But
well, what I was gonna say, because the bad news for Finn is, Tyrese Knight is
he's not had a great start to the season.
That's a good way of phrasing it.
He's not, and we don't know if he's 100%. So like, it's a combination of probably Knight not doing great, and then Thomas is probably flashing in special teams, and they want to signal to the team that, hey, we reward special teams play. So Knight's going to continue to get a few snaps. He got some snaps against the Steelers.
Yeah, and Drake Thomas does run really fast and does it really quickly. Like, he decides and just goes. So
yeah,
good for special teams.
But man, never mind. I don't want to be a dick. So
no, have a day off.
Yeah.
I got him.
Have you seen Children of Men?
No, hold on. Ben Casperson, love these streams. Technology be damned. Can't stick around tonight. Have fun. Thank you, Ben. If you're on the rewatch and you've watched to this point, thank you very much. And yeah, we appreciate you. Right. Chat, any more questions? Anything else? The answer was trade for Jordan Brooks.
That would be a good answer.
That would be, like...
All right, Maddie.
Griff, have you watched the Dolphins defense? It's so sad. I feel so bad for him. Get him out of there. Like, he's playing on impossible mode, where he's setting himself like the craziest challenges because he has like 5 guys just washed into his lap, and he's like, it's really sad.
Yeah, I watched like.
And he's playing next to Tyrell Dodson, who's just terrible. He's just an awful player.
Oh man. All right, but that's tough for the Dolphins because they were a good defense last year.
Yeah, but what's weird is I looked at that defense and I was like, I don't know any of I don't watch them that often, but I don't really know any of these guys. Like what is Zach Zeeler's their best player? Like, what is that?
I mean, yeah, they have an edge too, don't they?
Yeah, Chop Robinson or
another one.
Yeah, but he's like bad this year. Is it Chubb?
I think there's another guy that I'm thinking of. It's not Chubb.
Jalen Phillips. Yeah.
Man, I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like it's yet again another guy.
Wow, they're loaded.
maybe I invented someone.
They're loaded.
No, I invented a player. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I guess Fitzpatrick is kind of washed.
Yeah. Their corners are crazy.
He's 20.
But did you watch Thursday Night Football? It was so rough.
Yeah, dude. They're just a train wreck.
Like 10 yards of play, like.
Anyway, well, I mean, they played better. I watched it here and there. They played better than they had, but
All that to say, get Jordan out of there.
Get Jordan out of there. All right, Maddie. This is a question though. Regardless of what you think should happen, just right now, do you think Woolen gets traded before?
Sincere.
Before the trade deadline this year in season, do you think he gets traded? Because Brady Henderson said this was after last year. right before the 49ers game, which was like a reputation like nuke for Woolen. Brady Henderson was saying that he thinks it's like a 1 out of 10 chance that he gets re-signed. Like 9 out of 10 times he's gone.
Right.
And that's, Brady talks to people, and it probably means like no one's necessarily saying like, hey, Brady, by the way, we're not going to bring Woolen back. But the impressions he gets from all the front office people is probably like, if you were to ask Brady, he would say, I would imagine like he doesn't have a great reputation among the front office. Like, I don't know, maybe the coaches too. I don't know. But if
you don't know,
if they've decided they're not going to pay him, you might as well trade him. Now that would be disruptive to this season, right? Because he still makes you a better. I don't think anyone would disagree that he makes you a better football team right now. But if you can turn him in, if you were like, we don't want to pay him 4 years, $100+ million. Let's turn him into draft picks. I get that, even if it's a third. I mean, he should get you a second, but he probably gets you a third.
Does he? I just think it looks weird that you're trying to trade him, like, and his stock's down at the moment. Like, it's not the right time to do it,
But do they trade him in October?
I mean, maybe. I found it was nice that Mike Macdonald was like really happy for Woolen and kind of expressed that in the media, because it had been a rough time for him.
My fan fiction is that Mike loves Woolen and is fine with like babysitting him the way that he does, where he's like the tough love, like he's okay with my headcanon is that he's
okay. Fan fiction's kind of yeah.
I don't think Woolen bothers Mike that much.
Okay.
I think
he misplayed the ball in the air for that Metcalf catch on the free play, and he also turned loose a dig on cover one robber where like of Metcalf. It's like, bro, like you're in man to man. Like, what are you doing?
Okay. Yes or no? Do they trade him?
No.
I'll say no too.
And my other reason for that, along with like, I think they like him, but not enough to pay him. I think the other reason is like the fall off in corner talent is not worth doing.
If Job sustains this,
yeah, but who's playing nickel?
They might. I mean, if they might like, well, even Warrior has to get healthy. Right, but I think they like Kendrick. I mean, he's playing well. It's been one game, but he's playing well. D'Anthony Bell.
He had a tough game, I'd say.
Bell did, okay. All right, Matty.
Interesting discussion. Wow, that was a good one. Monjombo asked me a question because I'm going to Sunday Night Football tonight for the Russell Wilson watch. Did you know that, Griff?
That's right, you are. Are you excited? You're going to New York?
I don't know why I'm going. I don't know why I'm going to Sunday Night Football. Like, it's just such a long thing to do, to watch, like, Russell Wilson melt down against cover 2.
Who are they playing again? I know
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Dude, so Spags is going to...
Yeah.
He's going to find so many ways to spin into cover 2.
Yeah. But... hilariously, it's a must-win for both teams. Monjombo, the answer though is I was in the area for work, so yeah.
So Maddie, when you're on that airplane and you're all by yourself and you start to feel lonely.
No, I won't be by myself. There's loads of other people on the plane. It's not a private plane.
When you're feeling isolated, you can say, "I love and approve of myself. I feel the presence of those who aren't physically here, such as me." Right? You're like, "Oh, where's my co-host of the Matty F. Brown show?" You can say that. Like, you feel the presence of me even if I'm not there. You can say,
"Yeah, sorry. So you want me to be like, I feel your presence, co-host."
I am too. Have you you know what you could do on the plane, Matty? You could watch Children of Men.
I don't think they have that.
Pre-download it.